All right, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Thirsty Thursday on Liquid Lunch. I'm John Tobacco. And, a lot of this begins in the House of Representatives. They call it the People's House. And Nancy Pelosi and the left-wing liberals like AOC and the squad are in control of that right now. They don't support our president, so we're kind of held hostage in a lot of ways. And so talk about that and why we have to get the Congress back to supporting our president. I'm joined now by Kathy Barnette, as well as my buddy Frank Morano. Kathy, how are you? She's the author of Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain, Being Black and Conservative in America. And Kathy is running for the U.S. Congress in the 4th District of Pennsylvania. Kathy, I hope everyone is safe and well with your family there. What's happening in Pennsylvania?
Oh, we are well. Well, in regards to my election, we had our primary 2 days ago. And according to the experts, I did not have a snowball chance in Hades of remotely coming close in votes with the incumbent, a very progressive lady who actually sat on the Judiciary Committee that impeached a duly elected president. And instead, what happened, not only did I tie her in votes, but I also I captured every single Republican vote that came in. That has never happened. So we are riding high, and it's a new day. I often say to people that the Democrats are doing half of my campaigning for me. They are making a very clear distinction between the type of government they're offering and the type of government most conservatives are offering.
Hey, Kathy, I'm curious if you had a chance to see the Tom Cotton op-ed in yesterday's New York Times. I thought it was pretty interesting. I agreed with parts of it and disagreed with other parts of it. I can understand why people might have one feeling or another about it on either side. But I gave the New York Times an enormous amount of credit for publishing this op-ed. I think this is exactly the kind of diversity of opinion we need to see in all of our newspapers. And yet they have been criticized like crazy for just publishing this op-ed. Even by New York Times reporters, they're criticizing their own publication. What was your take on this whole controversy?
To your original question, no, I have not had the opportunity of reading Mr. Cotton's op-ed after I get off of here. I will, because I'm very interested to see if diversity of opinion really exists at the New York Times. So that would be very interesting indeed. If you're talking about my opinion over what we've been experiencing the last several days, it started off with Mr. George Floyd. And I mean, that was tragic. It is completely indefensible what happened to Mr. Floyd. And in my circle of influence, like yours, tend to be pretty large. And I did not see one person who rose up and said, wait, let me get more evidence. I need to see more facts before I make an opinion about this. Instead, what I saw after watching that viral video with so many others, I saw the heart of a nation stand up and reject what we saw. I saw the heart of a nation coming together and saying that is indefensible and that requires justice. I mean, we saw the president immediately send the Department of Justice down to make sure that this incident did not get swept under the rug. That's what we saw initially. And as a Black woman married to a Black man raising Black babies, I would have been right out there with the rest of them, locked in arms to make sure that, as an American, we have the right to make sure our grievances are heard. So I would have been right there with them initially. But what we are experiencing today is nothing less than our prized First Amendment being used against us. We have a set of agitators in our country that is using our First Amendment as a cover to make all of us ungovernable. They have leveraged the chaos, and that is their intent, I believe, is to make America ungovernable for the rest of us.
Kathy, this is John. I appreciate all your comments. They're great. I was talking about it yesterday that they never gave us a chance, right? Like you said, my feeling is every sane person I know, regardless what color they are, regardless of what political party they're with, saw that and said, that's not right no more. That can't happen. And everyone was ready to stand up united on a topic. And when the George Soros crowd sensed the
Exactly.
fact that we were going to be united, they could not let that happen. That's when Antifa came in and started basically hijacking these peaceful
did.
protests. I think if they would have gave it a day, most of the Americans I know would have showed up to any rally, any demonstration, any protest to stand with everyone that injustice and police brutality cannot happen anymore like this. And
Listen.
they never gave us a chance.
You know what? Listen, because it's not a chance that they want to give you. I mean, if the point of all of this was to make people who look like me feel comfortable walking down the street, well, it's been a colossal failure. I do not feel more comfortable today than I did before to walk down the street. I do not feel as though justice will be more balanced today because of all the rioting and the looting that we're seeing on the streets right now. If their goal was to see the heart of a nation rise up in unison to repudiate injustice when it is seen, then they got that. But that's not what a certain segment of our country wants to see. They don't want to see us unified. In fact, I will go on the record to say by November 3rd, we will see another one of these riots because Democrats have an effective way of taking advantage of chaos, taking advantage of a crisis to benefit them. I tell everyone, you have the right to be angry. What you don't have the right to do is pick up a brick and throw it through private property. You have a right to be angry. We have a right in this nation to air our grievances. We have a right to protest. What you don't have a right to do is to start vandalizing, looting, backing up trucks, wiping out whole businesses, and putting it inside of those trucks, vandalizing. I saw people. I saw a white couple standing outside of their establishment trying to prevent the looters from coming in. And I saw a group of young people begin to descend upon the woman and just beat her down to the ground. And I saw people videotaping that, laughing at that. That cannot happen in this nation. And what we're seeing right now is the progressive left strategy. And I call that strategy the stick your head in the sand strategy,
Yep.
the cross your fingers and pray strategy
All right.
that this just blows over.
No
and
doubt.
that is un-American.
All right. Kathy Barnette, we got to leave it there. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Good luck in your race and check back with us soon. You guys
Will do.
watching
Thank
at
you,
home,
guys.
stay right there. We'll be back in just one quick minute to kick off hour 2.